Hi, this is Daniel Hutchins, and today we're going to be doing another Marvel Insider check-in. So I know it's been a while since we've done Marvel Insider check-ins. So today's Marvel Insider check-in is the Marvel Insider check-in of 11/13/20. Okay, so I'll tell you a little bit of the stats, and then we can go on with our video. Okay, so I'm still a level elite. I have 64,700 points, and I have 243,850 points. And the last time I was on Marvel Insider was 11/4/20. So I'm going to do a couple activities, and then go on from there then. So, okay, so the first activity I'm doing is a survey. It says, which age of Marvel Comics is your favorite? And so the options are Golden Age, which is 1939 to 1949. Silver Age, 1960-1970, or Bronze Age, 1970-1980. Okay, so I'm probably going to go with the Bronze Age. Submit, and I just got 500 points. So that's good. Something about me is just like, I just like the comic books from the 70s and the 80s. So that's why I picked the Bronze Age. Okay. Looks like they had updated it since the last time I was on. Okay, so there's tons of new activities that they just updated. So I might be doing some of this weekend. So the next activity we are doing is celebrate the release of Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales with Spidey merch. You could swing into some spectacular items. Okay, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales is now on sale. If you're looking to add more to your Miles Morales collection, you're in luck. We've rounded up some of the best Miles Morales items you can snag right now, or even add to your holiday wish list for later this year. If the latest adventure in Marvel's Spider-Man universe, teenager Miles Morales is adjusting to his new home while following in the footsteps of his mentor, Peter Parker, as a new Spider-Man. Okay. Sorry about that, guys, but that's just my notification bells. Alright. Anyway, but when a fierce power struggles threatens to destroy his new home, the aspiring hero realizes that with great power, there must also come great responsibility. To save all of Marvel's New York, Miles must take up the mantle of Spider-Man and own it. So here is some more stuff I want to just say. Okay, so there is new Miles Morales Spider-Man merch that you can check out on Marvel.com. So there is a Pop Deluxe Marvel Street Art Collection Miles Morales, a Bend and Flex Miles Morales, a Spider-Cat backpack t-shirt, and a Miles Morales Hero Suit version. There's also Miles one-piece pajama set, Miles Morales spray t-shirt, Miles Morales plush, Marvel Legends Venom Miles Morales, B-Grader tee, Miles matte black version, Miles Morales Cityscape tee, Miles Morales Glitch Mask t-shirt, Spider-Man action figure gift set, Miles Morales Glitch t-shirt, Miles Morales costume for kids, Miles Morales 6-scale action figure, and Miles Morales Superstar sneakers. Okay, so those are all your new Spider-Man Miles Morales merch you can find on Marvel.com. And if you check out this article that's called Celebrate the Release of Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales with new Spidey merch, you check that article out, let me know what you think, and then you can let me know in the comments below. Okay, so the next activity we are doing is, hold on guys, I'm just making sure that I get a good activity for you. Okay, so Marvel Studios WandaVision to premiere on Disney Plus on January the 15th. A new era arrives. Now you can get your television screens ready because WandaVision, the highly anticipated Marvel Studios original series, will premiere on January 15th. And there are some tweets that are also on this article related to Marvel Studios Disney Plus show WandaVision. Now, a captivating new series WandaVision starring Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany marks the first series from Marvel Studios streaming exclusively on Disney Plus. The series is a blend of classic television and a Marvel Cinematic Universe, in which Wanda Maximoff and Vision, two superpowered beings live in idealized suburban lives, begin to suspect that everything is not as it seems. Joining Olsen and Bettany are Kat Dennings, who reprises her role as Darcy Lewis from Marvel Studios Thor and Thor the Dark World, Randall Park, who reprises the role as Agent Jimmy Woo from Ant-Man and the Wasp, and newcomers Kathryn Hahn, who plays their plucky neighbor, and Tanoa Paris, who plays the adult Monica Rambeau, who was first introduced in Captain Marvel. The series is directed by Matt Shakman. Okay, there's also a trailer you can watch on the article, and you can also check out the trailer on YouTube. To get you up to speed on the upcoming series before January 15th, here's everything we've covered on WandaVision so far. So the San Diego Comic-Con 2019, all Marvel Studios news coming out of Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con. There's D23 Expo 2019, new Marvel Studios shows on Disney Plus announced. D23 Expo 2019 backstage cast and filmmakers from Marvel Studios Eternals and upcoming Disney Plus series. What's next from the Marvel Cinematic Universe after Avengers Endgame? New big game spot highlights upcoming Marvel Studios Disney Plus series. This weekend, Marvel has the latest news plus WandaVision reading recommendations. Watch the official series trailer for Marvel Studios WandaVision. Marvel Studios WandaVision breaking down the new Disney Plus trailer. Apparel and accessories for Marvel Studios WandaVision here arrive on Amazon. Funko Pops for WandaVision. Celebrate the decades. Marvel Studios WandaVision Entertainment Weekly welcomes you to the Wonder Years. And Teyonah Parris on her upcoming role as Monica Rambeau and Marvel Studios WandaVision. So stay tuned to Marvel.com. Follow WandaVision on Twitter and WandaVision Official on Facebook for the latest news on WandaVision as it develops. Looking for more Marvel movies, you can check out Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN right here, and where you find all your favorite superheroes right here. Disney Plus is a dedicated streaming home for movies and shows from Disney, Pixar, Marvel Studios, National Geographic, and more. Disney Plus, available as part of a bundle offer, gives subscribers access to Disney Plus, Hulu, ad-supported, and ESPN Plus, visit DisneyPlus.com to subscribe and or learn more about their service. So that's that article. Okay, so we're going to be doing a few more, so stay with me though. Okay, because I have a lot of catching up I have to do. But I'll probably do it this weekend, like I said earlier. I'll do it this weekend. And maybe into next week. Okay. So the next activity we are doing is Teyonah Parris on her upcoming role as Monica Rambeau in Marvel Studios' WandaVision. Okay. The actress will introduce audiences to an adult Monica Rambeau in the upcoming Disney Plus original series. Okay, with the static clearing up on the retro screens of Marvel Studios' WandaVision, the first foray in the small screen programming exclusively made for Disney Plus, we're starting to get a crisper image of the environment we're in and the players inhabiting it. Now, Monica Rambeau made her first Marvel Cinematic Universe debut as a young daughter of the Air Force Maria Rambeau, Carol Danvers' best friend, and Marvel Studios' Captain Marvel. In WandaVision, we meet Monica Rambeau again, but this time as an adult, who is played by Teyonah Parris. Okay, there's also a tweet from Entertainment Weekly on this article as well. Yesterday, we learned what we can expect from the series, from titular stars Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany, and thanks to Entertainment Weekly. We get to hear more about Monica from Parris, the series head writer Jack Schaefer, and series executive producer Mary Livanos. Just like her mother, Monica has the toughness and ability to be a woman in a man's space, revealed Schaefer. I feel so special and honored to be able to walk in her shoes and bring her story to life, Parris explained to Entertainment Week. I hope that we making this character gives a group of people who are unrepresented a chance to see themselves, and seeing my face and my black body helps them engage with black women and all of humanity. Okay, but there's more, guys, don't worry. So how exactly does Monica fit into the world of WandaVision? That's a good question. But one of the fun mysteries is how the heck would she become involved in this odd sitcom that Wanda and Vision find themselves in? That's a mystery the show unravels along the way. Okay, but Monica Rambeau in the comics already has a strong relationship with Wanda and Vision, which was certainly something Livanos wanted to play into, noting she's the type of hero that can always talk with other heroes. Get to know the comic version with Monica Rambeau. Okay. Now, getting into the role of Monica was an exciting process for Parris, even as she faced physical challenges in the stunts and situations at hand. As seen in the trailer above, or if you've seen the trailer on YouTube, I do feel empowered that I have a voice in this character and who she is and what we're creating, shared Parris with Entertainment Weekly. I do think that they trust some of my own instincts and they'll evaluate what I'm bringing to the character. I'm really appreciative of that. Okay, but you can follow some more WandaVision on Twitter, Facebook, Disney Plus, and Marvel.com. So, yeah, Marvel.com, Twitter, Facebook, Disney Plus. So, you follow those pages if you want to know more information about WandaVision. Okay, I'm probably going to do one more activity and then I'm going to close off this check-in. So, because there's probably tons of activities I can do in spare time as well, but yeah. Okay, so I am going to go to do one more activity, and then I'm probably going to do some other things in the night, so yeah. Okay, the next activity is fighting begins in X of Swords. Spoiler alert, the X-Men face Uraraki and Marauders Excalibur and Wolverine. Warning, this article contains spoilers for today's Marauders number 15, Excalibur number 14, and Wolverine number 7, so read on at your own risk, frantic ones. X of Swords has thus far been the prelude to war between the X-Men's mutant nation of Krakoa and the descendants of Apocalypse from Morocco, Sotorine, and Omniversal Majestrix. Set up a tournament between the two sides in order to prevent the Uraraki from marching through other worlds and leaving destruction in their wake. However, it's becoming more and more clear that leaving the X-Men's fate in the hands of Sotorine is a deadly gamble, even under the best circumstances. If anything, Sotorine seems to have stacked the deck against the mutants, and no matter what they tried or how they performed, they seem to stand to lose. Jerry Dugan, Benjamin Percy, and artist Stefano Caselli's Marauders number 15 picked up immediately after Wolverine attempted to assassinate Saturn. Okay, so there's a picture on here as well. And then through text we learned that her death would have halted the tournament and allowed the Uraraki to reach Earth unimpeded. Only Doctor Strange died on panel, but the deaths of Fantastic Four and Avengers and all of Asgard were mentioned within passing. Only Wolverine survives the scenario, crucified on a large X, which is a reminiscent of his fate in Uncanny X-Men number 251. As he lies in torment, Sotorine tells Wolverine that this is what would have happened if he had succeeded in killing him. This vision of pain was her gift, but she couldn't resist stabbing Logan with her own set of claws as well. But back in reality, War's attempt to poison Wolverine only managed to choke Doug Ramsey when he nabbed some food from Logan's plate. It's telling that not all of the Uraraki were born with the treachery. Iska the Unbeaten opened an airway for Cypher with a precious strike to his throat, before the white sword brought Doug back from the brink of death and healed him. Brian Braddock, the new Captain Avalon, petitions Saturn to declare Krakoa the winner because the war's actions sadly she would have if Wolverine hadn't tried to murder her. A few moments earlier, Saturn offered Brian an exception if he would reclaim his role as Captain Britain and stay by her side. He lightly let her down again and said, "I will trust you won't go to bits." Who replied, "No, not I." May have been foreshadowing for later. Okay, so then, when things calmed down, Cable and Magic challenged Iska to prove that she is unbeatable in all things through a series of party games. She won each challenge without effort that led directly into writer Tini Howard and artist Phil Notos, Excalibur number 14, when Betsy Braddock, the new Captain Britain, faced Iska in battle. Okay, there's another picture below. And lost, it was barely even a fight. Iska shattered the Starlight sword and Betsy literally broken into tiny pieces. A coincidence? We think not, especially in light of Saturn's earlier comment. Shortly after Betsy's duel, Jubilee and her human baby-turned dragon, Shogo, stormed the Starlight Citadel to save her friends. She had no knowledge of the conflict with Uraraka and not only knew that Betsy was in trouble. Saturn used her magical powers to enslave Shogo to her will and would have slain Jubilee as well if not for the intervention of Storm. The second challenge was between Bay, the Blood Moon, and Doug, who is definitely not a fighter as explained in the ancillary matter. Bay speaks no language at all, rather it's her mutant power, the Doom Note, that allows her to be understood. The lone exception to that rule is Cypher, whose mutant ability to comprehend languages depends on the actual language being used. He can't understand Bay at all, but it's probably for the best. Monster Dog's belief we didn't have to fade Bay. He only had to love her in an impromptu wedding. Despite the communication gap between them, Bay and Doug seemed to have hit it off. Saturn generously awarded both sides a point for that outcome. Now on with Wolverine number 17 by Parsi and artist Joshua Cassar, then closed out the week's chapters for 4 more battles. Okay, so then there's another picture below. Magic probably could have defeated Pug in a traditional sword fight, but Saturn insisted that their contest would be resolved in an arm wrestling duel, which Pug easily won. In the next battle, Wolverine faced Sumner in Blightspoke, a corner of Overworld that is made up of many different broken realities. Both fighters are nearly indestructible, but the ever-shifting landscape tasked both of them, as predicted by Rockslide before his demise. Sumner's only weakness was his eyes. Wolverine's aim was true, and the Muramasa blade took Sumner out, but it was still a point for Rocco, because Sundron ruled that the contestant who died was the winner, the natural consequence in a fight to the death. Of course, first one there wins. As Jim Jaspers made a side deal with death, Wolverine and Storm were summoned to a drinking contest in the Crooked Market. No matter who won that, Krakoa was bound to get a point. Sounds good, right? But of course it wasn't that easy. As Wolverine and Storm started to rekindle their own romance, he was summoned away for the next battle. At that very moment, War was facing Solomon in a contest between the Iraqi. Recall that Solomon was lusted after War for years, and he even killed War's husband after successfully seducing him as well. Rather than fight War, Solomon called upon Wolverine to pay back for his debt in Wolverine number 6. Solomon could have abandoned Logan in hell. Instead, he offered Wolverine the opportunity to buy one of the Muramasa blades. In this issue, we learned that the price was a fight, but Wolverine had battled in Solomon's place to square things between them. More alarmingly, though, Wolverine's healing factor appeared to have been greatly diminished by the liquor he drank in Crooked Market. But Saturn grimly noted that this was a part of the price for killing her. She also indicated that Storm and perhaps all the mutants may pay that price as well. But alas, only Wolverine's adamantium skeleton kept War from claiming both his head and victory, but Wolverine was able to edge out a win by severing her hand. Unfortunately, the X-Men, since Wolverine was fighting on Solomon's behalf, the point went to Arakko. Now Arakko has a 5-2 lead over Krakoa, and the mutants are clearly on the defensive of X of Swords continues in the next final weeks. So there you go, guys. If you want to check out the rest of X of Swords, you go to your local comic book store today. And so, guys, that is all I am going to be talking about today. I know this has been a long video, and there's been a couple slip-ups, but I was able to correct myself a couple times, and I apologize about that. But yeah, anyway, I just want to let you guys know that I'm probably going to be catching back up with some more Comic Book Universe in the next few weeks, and I'm going to begin to kind of like start to tell you some more storytelling, as well as do some activities and read some news and articles and things. So, before I forget, I want to wish a special subscriber of mine and a special friend of mine, Trent Martin, I want to wish you a great day and a great week. And I want to also say that Trent Martin has been a great friend of mine and he has continuously been good at checking in and making sure that I'm doing okay despite the times I'm spending up here at the college. So enough of that stuff now, but so if you guys get a chance, if you like this content, make sure you hit a thumbs up. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. If you have any comments about my material, make sure you comment below, because your voice matters, because I need to hear what people think about my videos. And other than that, I'm probably going to be making some more videos maybe later in the night, and maybe through the weekend, and maybe next week, and into the future as well. So you guys make sure that you guys have a nice night then, and I'll see you then. Bye.